Huron University College in London, Ontario, is representative of an ever-changing academic world. As part of their Faculty of Theology, the establishment of the Chair of Islamic Studies was recently announced.
Well, assalamu alaikum to everybody, and I want to thank everybody for attending this very important and significant event today. I guess before I start, I would like to say that I know we have doctors and lawyers and justices of the peace and engineers and all walks of life here, but I think you can see, without saying too much more, why we're here tonight and why Huron College University is where our home for this Chair of Islamic Studies is going to be.
Thank you, Faisal. It's really great to be here. And what this is about establishing a chair in Islamic Studies at Huron University College. It's the first chair in a Faculty of Theology in Canada. And the idea behind this chair is to provide a way for scholars and students to be both grounded in traditional Islam, but also grounded in the standards of Western university discourse and academic work. This is a piece of the Berlin Wall. And I have it on my desk because whenever I have a difficult moment as an administrator, as a dean, as a professor, as a priest, I look at this wall and I think about what kinds of things can happen when people imagine alternative possibilities. Could anybody have imagined back when the Berlin Wall was taken down, could anybody had imagined at the time that it would happen not by force, but by the people, by this sudden loss of legitimacy and this sudden rush forward of the people? What this chair grew out of was a commitment to interfaith dialogue that worked from the sacred texts themselves. So the Abrahamic faiths, the Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all have at their center a text, and this text has developed over centuries ways of interpreting it to make sense of the world around them, and what the practice that we do, what we do is we bring together scholars and clerics and lay people from each of the faith traditions to read each other's texts and to find within those texts a kind of illumination.
Now, it's got to be something extremely unique and challenging. How are you able to have this kind of discourse in a respectful and meaningful way?
It really is amazing to see, because you would think that there would be the most contentious issues would arise, but in fact they don't. And the reason why they don't isn't that everybody is holding their cards close to their chest about the political implications of how these texts have been interpreted historically, but what happens is that each of our sacred texts, the Quran, the Hebrew Bible, and the New Testament, all have within them a kind of priority. They are the revealed Word of God. And because they are the revealed Word of God, no one owns them. So to use a legal analogy, each faith tradition is the first court of appeal when we have a text that we want to understand. But no religious tradition is the final court of appeal. That's God's business. That's God's judgment. And so because of that, scholars of the Quran and scholars of the Hebrew Bible and scholars of the New Testament have to remain open for how this text is going to become living again.
Now, tell us a little bit about this Chair of the Islamic Studies, how unique it is, how it came to be at Huron, and what we hope that will come from this.
Well, it came to be through members of the local Muslim community stepping forward and providing support for this chair, and that itself began in the 1952, I think, when John Morden, who eventually became the principal at Huron, would bring classes down to the London Muslim Mosque on Oxford Street and began many, many years and generations of constructive engagement with Islam and support to the Muslim community in times of crisis. And so this relationship with Huron has been ongoing for 50 years.
And with respect to a chair, what's the significance of a chair versus other types of program? And what kind of money are we talking about that would need to be raised to be able to pull something like this off? How unique is this program?
A chair is the highest academic honor you could have in an institution, and the chair serves as a special endowment that provides the salary for a position. And so therefore chairs are positions that are given to scholars who can be truly visionary and make an impact in their subject area. And for the chair to come from the local Muslim community, it's a $2 million gift, and we have been able to secure $1 million in matching funds. And so what that has enabled us to do is to be able to solicit significant donations from interested individuals who want to make a kind of progressive change to the way Islam is studied in the university system and here in London. And so every dollar that we raise is going to be matched by a dollar up to $2 million, thanks to some generous support from some remarkable people and foundations. And
I understand you had one donation for $200,000 from an education fund as well in Ontario.
Yes, we did. We received it from Mr. Sam Bougie of Global Financial Investments. He gave us a wonderful gift of $200,000, and so we're off and running, and we also have had individual pledges and gifts. So we are fairly confident that we're going to meet our mark, and we're working with the Islamic Center of Southwestern Ontario, the London Muslim Mosque, and the Muslim Association of Canada to complete the fundraising project.
Which brings me to the last thing for our interview, and that is, I understood that recently you had a phenomenal turnout with almost a who's who in southwestern Ontario and in Toronto, Cambridge, London, and Windsor with respect to this endeavor that you're doing. How did the dinner go, and what were your feelings as to how successful it was?
Well, it was really a celebration of the great and the good of the London Muslim community, and as well as the Windsor Muslim community. And of course, we had some wonderful representatives from Toronto. The energy is remarkable, and what this gathering proved yet again, I think, is how important the Muslim community is at every level of our community.
Thank you so much, Reverend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching today and being part of the Life and Faith family. Please join us again, and remember you can always visit us on the web at lifeandfaith.ca. We do appreciate your support of local television programming. Have a wonderful week, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.